Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Full Metal Geek. I am Robert Parker. With me is my partner in crime, Mr. RJ Renee Jr. How are you doing today, RJ?
I am pretty good. Glad to be here on the desk. You know, a lot of things going on in the different leagues. A lot of playing been going on by myself, which, you know, I'm not really a fan of. I would much rather be here on the desk just watching other people destroy each other. So I'm always glad to be on here, especially with you on the other end.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, this is our final match of round 2 of the Full Metal Geek tournament. The winner of this match will go into the semifinals and continue on in this tournament. We've got two guys who, these guys actually played against each other in their debut in Full Metal Geek in round 1 of last year's tournament. When these guys both debuted, they played each other. It was a pretty good match, pretty close match. Dominic ended up taking the win, but both of these players have grown immensely since then, a year ago, and I'm really excited to see what both of them bring to the table now.
No, absolutely, you're right. We all know that Dominic Rizzi, you know, is a monster in this league. He was the first person who ever played you when you became champ. He was the one you defeated. He was the one who was on the other side of the bracket in the tournament. And like you said, his competitor today, Ed Sale, he was who he beat in the first round to eventually get to you. But Ed's no slouch. We all know that Ed Sale is no slouch. You know, it was just, you know, one of those days where he wasn't able to just pick it up near the end, where, you know, you got one of those 5-pointers that was just a little harder. You had to dig a little deeper. He wasn't able to dig it out. So he kept it really close. Only lost by 2 points. I think we might see a different Ed Sale today. Probably same old Dominic, but either way, that means we're going to have a great match.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go to some pre-match thoughts from our competitors. First, coming into this tournament, the number 6 seed, and coming into this match at 3-2 with 1 TKO, we got Ed Sale and his manager, Brooklyn. How are you guys feeling about this match?
How are we feeling, Brooklyn?
We're excited to get revenge against Dom, but Dom has some baggage with him, and that baggage is a man called Caleb Coho. So let's just run over some promos that he'll be running. One, he'll say, thank God Brooklyn finally showed up for a call. Second off, he'll say, well, I cherry pick that I take only top prospects and whatnot. And he'll probably go on about how we're only good at two. You're only good at 2 strengths, which is false. You're great at many things.
Yep, and I'm just here.
In the words
ready
of
to play,
Field,
ready to have fun, ready to not take anything too seriously.
Exactly.
And hopefully answer some Middle Earth and Harry Potter themed questions, because that's what's going to get me the win if I do win.
In the words of Rodney Dangerfield, we don't get no respect here.
All right, guys. And Ed's opponent today, coming into this tournament at the number 3 seed, coming into this match 5-3 with 2 TKOs, it is Dominic Rizzi and his manager, Caleb Coho. How are you guys feeling about today's match?
Good. You know what, Dom? I'm gonna say some things real quick for you. You see, Brooklyn, you're here. Congrats. I'm just gonna check that off your little bucket list right now. Ed is good at 2 things. He has really nice hair and he has a really good accent. Otherwise, maybe in the wrong division for you, buddy. Otherwise, the last time I was on call with Brooklyn and Ed, I KO'd them on my own using DC. So I think you've got the better chance now of taking out Ed with me here, and we're going to do it even easier. So I'm just saying, Brooklyn and Ed don't have a great track record against me, and they don't have a great track record against you. So I think the 2 of us here together today makes for a lethal combination. We're the 3 seed. That's completely ridiculous that we're not the 1. And you know what? It's about time that we just keep showing why we should have been the 1 and why we will be playing Robert again after this tournament.
Yeah, look, last year, I don't even remember how it went down, why I got knocked out of the tournament, but it was a fluke the last time, and this time it's not going to happen. I'm a lot more focused this match than I was in my last one, and I'm determined not to make the same mistakes that I usually do. And I also want to point out how RJ was automatically, willing to be like, oh yeah, Dom's probably going to play the same. How do you know, RJ? How do you know? You don't know. Never make assumptions unless it actually happens. That's it. That's my piece.
All right, so very excited to see how this match turns out. Of course, both these, that's not what I meant to do at all. Of course, both of these, that was a good, we're going to leave all that in.
That was a good little
That was unintentional, but glad it happened. Of course, Ed Sell coming into this match after beating Harley Boric, and Dominic Rizzi coming into this match after beating the newcomer Mark Cuellar in that first round. So both these players coming in with a win. Let's see how they end up doing. Of course, I'm going to run through the rules quick, and I'm going to do it quick. Quick is the key word there. Here are the rules for round one. Pretty much the same way it works everywhere else. You get 10 questions for 10 predetermined geek categories. You have about 15 seconds to write it down, and then once we call it and you reveal your answer and say it, you get 3 repeats in a challenge throughout the course of the match. Correct answer is worth 1 point in this first round, and should you get all 10 correct, you will get a bonus question worth an additional 1 point. Anything else that I missed? I don't think so. So, gentlemen, we will hop.
Just as always, what we missed: 3 repeats, 1 challenge throughout the thing.
Yep.
But we always forget that, so it's fine.
Yep. All right, so your first question I'm going to give you comes in the category of Marvel. Which X-Men mutant reveals that they took the mutant cure voluntarily in X-Men: The Last Stand?
I don't hate this movie as much as everybody else. I don't know why it's so hated.
Yikes.
Dude, you know I'm always one of those one-take guys. Like
5,
Attack of the Clones is one of my
4,
favorite movies.
3.
So I'll deal with it every day.
Well, we got hot takes. Pens down, coming to Ed first.
Haven't seen this film in a long time. I'm guessing Rogue.
And Tom?
Rogue.
Both correct. Nice job, guys. Both on the board.
All right, gentlemen. Your next question comes in the category of DC. Just regular DC, not the DCEU Worlds of DC, whatever we decide to call it when the question comes up. What public office does Oswald Cobblepot run for in Batman Returns? I don't think I've ever actually sat through that entire movie.
People from the 90s like it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, coming to Dom first this time.
Mayor?
And Ed?
Mayor of Gotham, if we need to be specific.
Both correct. You're both correct. We're just looking for mayor. Nice job, guys. Your next one's in the category of Wizarding World. Who was the first to be petrified by the basilisk in Chamber of Secrets?
Robert, what are the chances that both of them were very excited when they heard the next category?
Well, I don't know about you, but I definitely saw Ed's ears like perk up. 5,
I did see that as well.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Coming to Ed again first.
I believe it was Filcher's cat, Mrs. Norris.
And Dom?
Mrs. Norris.
Both correct. Nice job, guys. Neither one batting an eye.
All right. We're going pretty good as we get into our fourth question, which is the category of mixed bag. Who voices Casey Jones in 2007's TMNT? I love that we get Ninja Turtle questions in mixed bag now. It always warms my heart.
This is the only good Ninja Turtles movie, so.
How dare you,
5,
sir?
4, 3, 2.
We're going to have a long discussion
1.
after this.
Hands down. And we're coming to Dom first.
Captain America himself, Chris Evans.
And Ed?
Had absolutely nothing.
Chris Evans is correct. Dom will go up by 1 point there.
Love that movie.
Your next one's in the category of MCU. Besides a letter, what else is in the package that Steve sends Tony at the end of Civil War?
The message intended for Tony Stank, as I
Tony
remind you all,
Stank, yeah.
for Tony Stank.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and Ed, what do you have?
I just realized it's different because, like, in the UK we say a mobile phone, but it's like a cell phone, I guess, for you guys.
And Dom?
Cell phone.
Both correct.
Yeah, we're not gonna judge you for your area.
We're not that prejudiced.
Yeah, we're not that prejudiced. It's still a mobile phone. You're not wrong. All right, gentlemen.
I'd call you wrong if you said Sorcerer's Stone, so you know.
Oh, well then we have a very different discussion for that. But that's not worry. We're not going to have to worry about that in your next category of heroes and villains. What is Newt Gunray's title in The Phantom Menace?
Those pesky old villains.
Robert, I'm confused by the note.
5,
Is that
4.
for
That's
public
just for
knowledge
me.
or for
No,
me?
that's just for
Okay,
me.
that was for
2,
you. Okay. Nobody heard me say that.
Pens down. You're good. We're going to Dom first.
Viceroy.
And Ed?
Viceroy.
Nice job, both correct. Now, that's just for me to know where I can find it in my question bank.
Gotcha.
All right, your next one's in the category of quotes. What MCU film starts with a line about creating demons?
you
Not
have demons,
screwing around
Robert?
this time, are we?
Do you have demons, Robert? Be honest.
Not public knowledge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Ed, we're coming to you first.
Iron Man 3.
And Dom?
Iron Man 3.
Wow, both correct. Nice job, guys. Dom's still perfect so far.
Nice pull right there. I would have said Lloyd the Moose. Lloyd the Moose would have been my answer. Your next category, gentlemen, is in a category we all know and love. I'm just kidding. We all hate it. It is Star Trek.
We love it. We really do.
And sorry for mispronunciation if I do it, but I'm going to try it anyway. Who plays
good.
Geordie LaForge in the Next Generation Star Trek films? Did I
Nailed
say
it.
that right?
Nailed it.
All right, awesome.
Absolutely nailed it.
This pronunciation brought to you by the dictionary.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, coming to Dominic first.
LeVar Burton.
And Ed?
A name I should know, but I did not know.
LeVar Burton is correct. Dom's still perfect. 2 questions left. This one in the category of Middle Earth.
Oh, yay.
While being carried by the orc pack in the Two Towers, what clue does Pippin leave behind that Aragorn finds?
Robert, I just love when you ask Middle Earth questions. It always just warms my heart because you ask those little things that like you think anybody will notice, but not a lot of people do. But I know.
That's good, yeah. 5, 4.
Repeat the question.
Okay, that is Dom's first repeat. Your question again. While being carried by the orc pack in Two Towers, what clue does Pippin leave behind that Aragorn finds? Now I actually have to keep track of repeats.
Fun fact: Pippin, not his real name. It's a nickname.
Not, it is. That's a fun little tidbit. Maybe you
Fun
just
fact
stole
right
my
there.
next question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, I'm kidding. Pens down.
Oh, don't-
And Ed, what do you have?
This is Lauren Leaf brooch.
And Dom?
I didn't call it a brooch, so I don't know if you count that. I put his leaf-shaped cloak pin because I didn't know what the word was for
That
it.
is acceptable. That is acceptable.
Okay, all right.
Totally
So
up to you.
Dom, if he gets this last one right, he will get that perfect round. RJ,
And
take
don't
it
feel
away.
bad, Dom. I would have given the same similar answer because I don't say brooch.
Thank you.
Your last question, gentlemen, would apparently has nothing to do with Pippin. Good thing, because it's category of Worlds of DC, so I didn't give anything away. What does Amanda Waller say is Deadshot's weakness in Suicide Squad? According to Amanda Waller, what is his weakness? The weakness of Deadshot, according to Amanda Waller. Sounds like a good book.
You just gave him 2 or 3 repeats. That's 5, 4.
They were
3,
writing down their answers. They knew the
2.
question.
No, I know. 1 and pens down. Ed?
His family.
Dom, what'd you have?
I put his daughter.
That is what we were looking for. I don't think we can accept family.
Yeah,
in
we
general.
That's-
specifically
yeah.
his daughter.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We were looking for daughter. So with that, Dom will get that perfect round 1, and we will go to Dom for his bonus question. Here you go. Same 15 seconds. You don't have to write anything down. Just say it if you know it. Category is directors and composers.
Got it.
Who has directed the most Wizarding World films?
David Yates.
That is correct for another 1 point. Wow. So Ed's still with a fantastic round 1 with 7 points. Dom going perfect there with 11 out of a possible 11. So we will go right into round 2, which is the wheel round. I am going to pull up a wheel and read you the categories. Then the person in the lead, in this case Dom, is going to choose whether they like to go first or second. Whoever's up at the wheel then is going to take the chance to spin it. If they don't like what category they landed on the first time, they do get a chance to respin, but you have to stick with the second option if the first one's not to your liking. Then you're going to get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. You can check the multiple choice to devalue the question down to 1 point, and of course there is stealing in this round. So, I will bring up Lacoho, and I will share the wheel. The wheel. All right, so your categories in this
No
round
magic.
are Middle Earth, Directors and composers: Star Wars, Wizarding World, DC, MCU, Worlds of DC, and Marvel.
Okay, Dom, there is literally nothing on that wheel that I think scares us, so I think we take the old-fashioned step-back approach and let them go first, and that way we can...
Same. I was gonna say, because the last time I went first, I got opponent's choice. So yeah, let's go. Let's let Ed go first.
Okay, we're moving Coho out and bringing on the old Brooklyn.
Yeah, we're good. We can go first. We like to go first.
All right. Ed, your first spin is in, and it lands on Marvel.
We're spinning again.
We are spinning again.
Not even a discussion. Brooklyn, good to have you on.
This one lands on
Oh, wow.
DC. DC.
All right, okay. Maybe we should have stayed with Marvel.
Okay. So DC, I will give Ed your questions in the category of DC as I very slyly stall to get down to the questions. Here we go. In The Losers, who plays Captain Roke, the team's explosives expert who betrays them late in the film?
Multiple choice, please.
Okay, your options are A, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, B, Columbus Short, C, Idris Elba, or D, Chris Evans.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1 point steal from Dom.
I love this fucking movie. Idris Elba. Final answer.
That is correct for 1 point steal. Okay, your next question for Ed. What is the first name of Bruce's old flame, voiced by Dana Delaney in Batman Mask of the Phantasm?
Multiple choice again.
Is it A, Andrea, B, Brooke, C, Chelsea, or D, Daisy?
B.
B is incorrect. Dom, your options again are A, Andrea, B, Brooke, C, Chelsea, or D, Daisy.
It's A, Andrea. Final answer.
Andrea is correct for another 1 point. There we go. All right, Ed, your third question. At the beginning of Superman 2, Superman thwarts terrorists who have taken hostages at what landmark?
Again, multiple choice, please.
Okay. Is it A, the Statue of Liberty, B, Big Ben, C, the Eiffel Tower, or D, the Taj Mahal?
Statue of Liberty.
That is incorrect. Dom, your options for 1 point steal. A, Statue of Liberty, B, Big Ben, C, Eiffel Tower, or D, Taj Mahal?
C, Eiffel Tower. Final answer.
That is correct for another 1 point. All right, I had 2 more questions here for you, NBC. What political position does Julian McMahon's character, Robert Stanton, hold in Red?
Again, multiple choice. It'd be great if I actually knew DC films. Maybe that'd be a good thing.
Is it A, Secretary of State, B, Vice President, C, Senator, or D, Congressman?
Let's go with Congressman.
That is unfortunately incorrect. Dom, your options for 1 point steal are A, Secretary of State, B, Vice President, C, Senator, or D, Congressman.
It's B, Vice President. Final answer.
That is correct for another 1 point. And Ed, your final question here in DC. How does Judge Cirillo die in The Dark Knight?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, poison, B, an explosion, C, shot, or D, stabbed?
Feel like it's an explosion.
That is correct for 1 point.
Well, I got 1 point out of my round 2. Yeah.
There you go.
Just get TKO'd in a minute. That'll be fine.
All right. So at the end of that round 1, Ed is up to 8 points to Dom's 15 as we go into Dom's spin.
All right.
All right.
Let's see if we can put this one away.
All right. Dom, your first spin is in. And it lands on DC, so that's a free respin. Lands on directors, composers.
How do you feel? Do you think you can go 10 for 10 in that?
I mean, it depends on how many we're willing to risk me missing. I'd rather spin again, but that's up to
fine.
you.
Let's spin again.
All right, spin again.
Let's spin again. And it lands on DC, so it's another free spin.
This match brought to you by DC, apparently.
Yeah.
And it lands on Marvel.
Sadly.
All right,
That's good.
Marvel.
do it. We're good.
Okay. RJ, if you will take Dom's questions in Marvel.
No problem. I'm just using you to stall for time, so I don't have to.
Yeah, of course.
All right. All right, Dom. Your first question in the category of Marvel. In what U.S. city does Howard crash land in Howard the Duck?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Columbus, B, Chicago, C, Cleveland, or D, Milwaukee.
Is it Cleveland?
That's correct for 1 point.
Okay.
Your next question. In Logan, what color is the serum that makes Logan stronger while fighting and helps his healing powers?
Shit. Let me get multiple choice.
No problem. Your multiple choice options are A, red, B, green, C, blue, or D, silver.
Is it D, silver?
Ed, a chance for a 1 point steal. Your options once again are A, red, B, green, C, blue, or D, silver.
Is it blue?
That is unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for green. Green was the color. All right, Dominic, your next question. In Kick-Ass 2, Colonel Stars and Stripes has a pet dog. Which former U.S. president is his dog named after?
Shit. Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Kennedy, B, Reagan, C, Lincoln, or D, Eisenhower.
It's D, Eisenhower.
That's correct for 1 point. All right. Sorry about that. Something happened. Okay, your fourth question. Which Marvel film features Bill Hader, Michael Stuhlbarg, and Alice Eve?
Men in Black 3.
That's correct for 2 big points.
All right. Ed
All right,
needs a
this
steal
is-
here.
Yep, this is where we stand. If Dominic answers this question right in any way, he will win via knockout. If he misses,
Dom,
Ed has a chance for a steal.
Yep. Ed needs a steal.
And can stay in the game. And he needs that steal to stay in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, your question. On what holiday does Norman Osborn first meet MJ in 2002's Spider-Man?
Thanksgiving.
And your winner by way of knockout is Dominic Rizzi. Final score of 21-8. And RJ, that match was super interesting. Dominic he was in control that whole time. I really think had Ed gotten something else in that second round, this is a much closer match. But 4 points.
Absolutely.
4 points worth of
100%.
steals over the course of 4 questions. That's a little bit hard to come back from in that second round.
Oh no, absolutely. Like he kind of said, his manager said it that he didn't really have a category he was afraid of. So as long as he got something that wasn't, he could have got directors and opposers, but he said, you know what, I'll spin again. I like the other categories better, and he got Marvel. And we'll see with Ed. I want to see how Ed would have felt had he had kept Marvel, and if Dominic would have got DC, would we have had a different, or if he would have, because he probably would have got DC if with how much DC came up, Dom would have ended up with DC probably, and Ed would have had Marvel. So if they would have been switched, what would we have been looking at?
Yeah, absolutely. Either way, I think the round won by Ed and Dominic both is very commendable. There have been very few people to get that perfect round, and Dom just got it. I don't remember if that's the first time he's done it or not, but either way, super impressive. And Dom's going to move into the semifinals of this tournament. But before we talk to him, we're going to talk to Brooklyn and his client, Ed. How are you guys feeling today? Obviously, it can't be too great, but I truly think that you had a great round one and just a bum category for you personally in that second round. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's no secret. DC is just not something I know everything about at all. I know a few things, not enough things really to be carrying my way through round two. The Marvel category would have been a bit nicer for me, but again, it probably wouldn't have seen me through with enough points to sort of challenge Dom, because he had an amazing game today, and full credit to him. It was pretty much flawless. Round one went well. I think there were a couple I should have got but didn't get. But you know, I know what I know, and I don't know what I don't know, and just here to have fun. So disappointed that I won't be moving on, but I'm glad I got this far. Brooklyn, any thoughts?
Yeah, 7 to 10 round one's really good. It was up to me. I personally would have challenged the pin broach thing, because there's a massive difference between a broach and a pin. But I knew I was just going to lose that fight, and there's been challenges for less that have gone through, but I knew I just wasn't going to win that battle. You know, Dom played a great game, and Caleb's gonna take this for himself, and he's gonna deem we are the winners. And it's Dom. Dom had a great performance. Caleb just had to sit there and pretend to be a manager. So you know.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, as Caleb said, I still have great hair and a great accent, which is something that he'll never have. So
also, you don't have a negative record with which Caleb Coho does. So
exactly.
You currently are sitting at 500, which is pretty solid. 3-3, a couple TKOs in there. So definitely still competitive in this league, and I'm sure we'll see you hopefully very, very soon post tournament next season.
Yeah, hope to see you soon too.
All right, and now we'll go over to the fortunate winners. I don't know which. Dominic Rizzi. Now after that win, that was your first true knockout. Now sitting at 6-3, pretty solid record. How are you guys feeling after the end of this match? And then after you say that, I will ask you for some words about your next opponent.
Unfortunate. There was nothing unfortunate about it. I controlled that motherfucking game. What are you talking about? Unfortunate. Unfortunate, this kid says. That game was mine from the start. Oh my god. Oh man, no, that was a great game. I can't even get mad at Ed, because literally the exact same thing happened to me in my last match. Like, it could literally happen to anyone. He just got a category that I just happen to know the answers to mostly every question from. And hey, I got one question wrong in my Marvel match. I didn't get the Logan one right, which is the question I thought I was gonna get right once I heard that it was from Logan. So yeah, you win some, you lose some, is the moral of this story. And I greatly enjoyed playing Ed, just like I greatly enjoyed playing everyone. And, you know, just sad that he had to go so that I could move on to the next stage of my tournament. Coho, what do you have to say about it?
Yeah, Ed has a good hair, good accent, good smile, but we have a good track record of knocking him out. That's now twice that the Kingdom squad has done so. This was your game. You crushed. You did great. You needed this coming off of recent performances, and it was clear you were hungry. So, great performance, man. You know what? I'm not scared of who's next.
Yeah. And speaking of what's next for you, is the guy who beat your manager in the second round of the tournament. That would be Tim Bracala. Tim is here facing in the semifinals.
Hold on a second. I resent that statement. Tim Bracala did not beat me. Caleb Coho beat me. Okay, that's what happened. Tim Bracala did
That's
not.
That's not what the stats document says.
Tim Bracala did not beat me. I beat myself. But we're not going to let that happen when Rizzi plays Tim, because I'll tell you what. If anything was abundantly clear, Tim Bracala does not give a flying fuck about Geek. And if anything was proven about today, this guy over here knows, cares, passionate about Geek. Look at the game he played today. That is what's going to happen when we play Tim. A knockout, maybe. A TKO, definitely. Guaranteed. Tim, I like you, buddy. I like you. But it's time to put you down out of this tournament, because I'm angry. I want revenge. And I got my Wolverine here to exact it for me.
Well, either way, I'm looking forward to Tim versus Dom. Of course, this will probably be the second time that a Bracala beats a Rizzi, but we'll see how it goes. That was fun. Of course, thank you to RJ for being my co-host today. This has been a great tournament so far. Great round one, a great round two, and now we have our semifinals. They are set. We have the number 2 seed Tim Bracala versus the number 3 seed Dominic Rizzi, and we have the number 16 seed Thomas Scully taking on the number 5 seed yours truly, RJ.
Hey,
So
I'm actually still in this. Shocker.
this is going to be a great semifinal. I'm very much looking forward to it. So make sure you tune in next week as we continue our semifinals. But from everybody here at Full Metal, do all that stuff you're supposed to do at the end of a YouTube video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you all very much for watching. For our competitors today, Dominic and Ed, and for our managers, Caleb and Brooklyn, we will see you next week.